morning. We're going to start with a little quiet vibe this morning for Thursday. Let's go here. So go ahead and close your eyes, turn within, take a deep breath. This is the water codes, the Lemurian water codes, 432 hertz, blue light therapy. Let's just sit together and speak. Feeling vibration. Just relaxing. Let it go. Back to center. To peace. Okay, my friends, just begin to gently come back. Take a nice deep breath. Lemurian water codes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Gorgeous. Okay, well, welcome. It's Thursday. This is Morning Poems and Prayers. I thought we'd do something a little different today, and that was lovely. I'll post that on the page, so you'll have a link to it, and you can enjoy that throughout the day. It's nice to come back to peace. It's our superpower. If I can feel peace, I can find clarity and hope and inspiration and courage and whatever's needed. If I lose my peace, it's a lot tougher, isn't it? Yeah. So, welcome to Morning Poems and Prayers for Thursday, the 28th of August. We're nearly through this incredibly powerful month. Great to be here with you. Let us throw a few prayers in the mix. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll be here for the next hour, and it's a pleasure to share this time here with you. Go ahead once again and close your eyes, turn within, take a deep breath if you like. O cosmic birther of all radiance and vibration, soften the ground of our being and carve out a space within us where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to bear the fruit of your mission. Endow us with the wisdom. Let each of our actions bear fruit in accordance with our desire. Now, endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled threads of destiny that bind us as we release others from the entanglement of past mistakes. Do not let us be seduced by that which would divert us from our true purpose, but illuminate the opportunities of the present moment. For you are the ground and the fruitful vision, the birth, power, and fulfillment, as all is gathered and made whole once again. Today we begin prayer for the miracle worker. Today we begin by tucking our chins and bowing our heads and knowing that God is all that there is and we are one with it. We surrender all that we are to all God will have us be. We bow our heads, our hearts, our desires and agendas to God's will. We trust that God knows us and loves us as we make our way home to peace. We trust that we will see miracles where we once saw lack and limitations, and that we will be assisted in solutions where we once saw dead ends. We commit to remembering that we're immersed in God's holy ecstasy and audaciousness, where all things are possible, plentiful, and perfect. We give thanks for another day of miracles and miraculous encounters, and may we always remember that this grace is offered to us, not just for our own peace and joy, but so that we may be a fearless extension of God's love. And together, so we say, and so it is. And here's one from the Course. I am here only to be truly helpful. I am here to represent him who sent me. I do not have to worry about what to say or what to do, because he who sent me will direct me. I am content to be wherever he wishes, knowing he goes there with me. I will be healed as I let him teach me to heal. Take a deep breath into that. Thank you. Okay. So, bibbidi bobbidi boop. Here's my new quote, also from the Course in Miracles. The way of the healer is to see all human behavior as one of two things, either love or a call for love. So this is me answering the call for love. We have a new one from Lorna Byrne. We have a new about being the peacekeeper. We have a new one from Stephen Burns about Comet 3I Atlas. Let's do the usual suspects here. Eileen Caddy. Learning to put first things first is vitally important, for only when first things are put first will all work out perfectly. Search your heart and see what you are putting first. Is it yourself and your own welfare? Is it your job and your material circumstances? Are you content to go through life completely unaware of me, confident that you can get along just as well without my help, and that you have no need of me? You are absolutely free to adopt any attitude you wish. No one will stop you. But you must be willing to take the consequences when things go wrong. Remember, when you know what is right and choose to go your own way, the responsibility you hold is even greater, for you cannot plead ignorance. Never make the excuse that there is so much to do that there is not enough time to fit everything in. I tell you that when you put first things first, there is time for everything. Take a breath into that. Here is Abraham. Yes, thank you for the reminder. Here is Abraham. The thoughts I think determine the relationship I attract. This was also yesterday's. You are the thinking, vibrating attractor of your experience. And the thoughts you think determine everything about the life that you live. As you turn your attention toward the positive aspects of the personalities and behaviors of others with whom you share your planet, you will train your point of attraction in the direction of only what you desire. Not only does the power of your thought determine which people make their way into your life, but the power of your thought determines how they behave once they get there. Interesting, yeah? Take a breath into that. Today's lesson from the Course in Miracles, which I was on this morning, which was lovely. Lots of good breakthroughs, lots of joy and happiness. There is nothing my holiness cannot do, lesson 38. Your holiness reverses all the laws of the world. It is beyond every restriction of time, space, distance, and limits of any kind. Your holiness is totally unlimited in its power because it establishes you as the Son of God at one with the mind of his Creator. Take a breath into that. Kaboom, my friends, yeah? All right, let's give you Lorna Byrne and her new one about being the peacekeeper of the world. Love this lady.
Hi, everyone. Many people often ask me, they often say, Lorna, you have said that we are all peacekeepers, that we all play that part. And yes, every one of you do. We just forget to recognize that you are a peacekeeper as well, personally, in your life. And many of us kind of think, oh, that's just peacekeeping for the whole world. It's not. To be a peacekeeper, to keep the peace within your family, to keep the peace within your community, to keep the peace wherever you go. And I smile at that because we all talk about, we want to get closer to God. We want to grow more spiritually. We want to be able to see through the eyes of our souls. We want to one day to be able to see the guardian angel of those we love. And we talk about, we want to hear more clearly that guidance that our guardian angel gives us. So if you want all of that to grow spiritually and lots more, you have to be very slow to anger. You've got to be the peacekeeper. So let's say, when you see, a good example really is when you see a mother with maybe a 4-year-old or a 7-year-old child, and the child suddenly gets upset. It could be over an ice cream. It could be a mistake the lady behind the counter made and the child saw it, that they were giving them something they didn't want. So the child kind of, one would say, has a tantrum, but it's because they're upset. And who do you think is the peacekeeper then? The mother. The mother calms the child down and tells them it's okay. What is it you want? What did the girl do wrong? And the child will, probably struggle a little bit, and then the mother will even calm the child down more because she is being the peacekeeper. And then, the ice cream is picked and the child is happy. And we have all forgotten how to do that. But yet mothers do it every single day. And that's why I even say to mothers and fathers, if your teenager is kind of screaming at you or something like that, be the peacekeeper. You stay calm and you listen to your child. You listen to that teenager. And don't be, in a sense, in a hurry to get what's inside you out, because that, in a way, kind of causes conflict, and the battle could keep going on, and then there is no peace. And the same goes for even in the workplace. It means, even if you're having a dispute with someone, kind of be the peacekeeper. Just keep that in mind, that you don't want it to escalate. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. You don't want that to happen. Instead, you want calmness, but you want it sorted out. You don't want hate to come up. You don't want anger to come up. You don't want revenge, because I'm always talking about revenge as well. So many of us, we say, well, I had a dispute with someone in the family, or my best friend is not talking to me anymore because we had a row. Maybe step back now and ask yourself, really, what was that row about? You were part of it. You were to blame as well as the other person. So make peace. Maybe you can never be friends in the same way again, but make peace. It's just so important. Lots of people as well would say to me, Lorna, can you pray for peace in my life? Peace in their heart, peace in their mind, because all of the negative things, all of those, let's say those rows they had, or those disputes they had, keep playing over and over again and again within their human body, within their heart and their mind. And it just, I would say to you, it's a waste. It's a completely waste. You should be not having those rows. You should be able to say, by the way, that blade of grass needs some water. And if someone turns around and says, no, it doesn't need water, why would you bother? Just say, okay, go and get the water yourself and give the blade of grass the water. We can see what's happening in the world today, and the world is such an example. To look at what's happening in the world and then look at what's happening within your life, where all the rows are, where all the arguments are, where part of the family haven't spoken to each other for 20 or 30 years or 6 years. And the children that are coming up, the teenagers, the young people, they don't even know what the row was about, what the anger and hate was about. Was it about material things? If it was, they're not important in the end. It's those you love, it's your family, it's your friends, it's your neighborhood. So try your best and ask God and your guardian angel to help you to be a peacemaker within your own family, to be slow to anger, especially within yourself. If there's anything that you need to sort out now and say you're sorry for, which lots of us find very hard because we blame the other person, or we blame the other part of the family, or we blame the neighbours down the road, or we blame, our friends that we had long ago, that it was all their fault. First of all, forgive yourself. Let it go. Be the peacemaker. And step out, I would say, into life again. And let it be full of lots and lots of blessings. So I'll just say, God bless and love you all. Love you.
Lorna Byrne, my friends. Thank you. Beautiful. Love that lady. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, well, I can take some notes from that. I'm sure you can as well. Yeah. Yes. Yes. It is one of the hardest things in life to forgive. This is undoubtedly true. And the Course in Miracles is 1,000 pages, 1,300 pages about how to and the importance of and the need to and the reminders to forgive. And we have Ho'oponopono. I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And then my friend Paula has, dear God, please forgive me for forgetting that your love for me is eternal and infinite. However she puts it, something very much like that. we're being really asked to hold that space for grace these days, like never before. And I lost the plot yesterday myself. I raised my hand here with my buddy. And because of frustration and impatience on my part, and an old pattern between the two of us, and we pretty much worked through it, and that feels much better. But it is amazing how quickly I can forget. So thank you, Lorna, for that reminder, and may I strive to do better moving forward. Okay, onward we go, my friends. So on Stephen Burns is talking about the three-eye atlas, from the minuscule to the mighty, and this is this three-eye is the third event, the third interstellar, actually, I believe it is, from outside our solar system object that has entered into our field here in a big way, and it is due to arrive on the 29th of October, and we're being told today that the light of it, the light around the object, is half the size of our sun, which is a rather sobering bit of news, I have to tell you, while we're learning about the importance of forgiveness and keeping the peace. And so there are signs on earth and in the heavens and on earth, that change is upon us. And Three-Eye Atlas is certainly one of those signs. Is it the end of the world? No, it is not. But is it going to impact the field of Earth and the solar system around us in a huge way? And there's no doubt about that. So we are, what's her name? Ann Tucker and others have been talking about the great solar flash. And this will do. This will do for the moment. It never happens the way you expect it to, and it comes out of the blue in the way you never expect, better than you've imagined possible when you create with spirit. So, Annie and I talk about these things every day, and there's very helpful messages coming from all of our teachers and friends on the path here. Cindy up in Canada, the Angel Channel, is telling us we're getting our gifts back, and Patricia here in in the States and whatnot is been holding our hands and guiding us weekly for over 9 years to keep climbing the mountain, and to keep seeing ourselves more clearly, and to keep surrendering more of what we do not want to take with us. And boy, is this the biggest reminder I've seen in this lifetime so far, that this is a time of tremendous and unprecedented change. There's no other way to put it. If someone tells you that an object half the size of the sun passing through our solar system is not going to impact everything we know about reality, I don't think they understand the physics of what this portends. So this is a real test, I have to say, for our faith and our ability to listen to, trust, and follow the loving inner guidance of our Creator. And you heard it here first, but I'm sure you won't hear the last of it. So where are we? We're 2 months out from the end of October. We're 60 days out, approximately, from, well, the 29th of October would be, 60 days from tomorrow. So put that in your thoughts and prayers. I'm sure we'll be discussing this a few times before it's all over. So that's the headline for this morning. In other news, there's Cheryl, Important Awakening Energies. That's a very good video. Also want to share Mark Atwood, this brother who's here in Ireland, who I'm looking forward to meet at some point and perhaps do a podcast with myself, do an interview with Mark. He's just cranking them out every day right now. And this was about homeopathy, which you're not supposed to say, I guess, on YouTube or something like this, but there it is. And she's talking about bioresonance. So in homeopathy, to measure your body's strengths and weaknesses, they have you hold two bars, and it runs electricity through you, and they're able to scan the body and get your electromagnetic map, and to show you what organs are strong, what are weak, etc., what needs healing and shifting. That's worth seeing for the healing journey there. I did that with Bernie Smith back in the day in Clonakilty. So here's the astrology that's coming up in the shadow of 3i Atlas, which are two eclipses, excuse me, one lunar, one solar. The first one is the lunar, and that is on September 7th, I believe, and the full moon. And Pisces clears, Virgo rebuilds. So spirit and matter colliding. Stand in your heart. Well, again, there's the metaphor that we are being stripped to the bone. You know, we are being broken down and rebuilt from the ground up. And here's what Zachary Fisher has to say. The two eclipses are about to reshape the field. On September 7th, which is about a week from Monday, the Pisces lunar eclipse cracks open the unseen, dissolving illusions, surfacing hidden truths, and pulling forward what's been buried in the shadows. Endings will feel final, but they are really just clearing space. On September 21st, the Virgo solar eclipse strikes like a reset key, a second Virgo new moon in the same year, a rare alignment, anchoring structure, order, and clarity into the mess that Pisces unearthed. Are you getting the picture? Together, these eclipses are tearing down, are a tearing down and a rebuilding. The spiritual and the physical meeting head on. The veil thinning while the ground beneath your feet is reforged. This is not light astrology fluff. This is the moment to remember the prayers you've spoken in honesty, the intentions you planted in the soil of your own heart. The eclipses are answering back, not always in the way you expect, but in the way that you need. You may feel chaos, endings, or old wounds resurfacing. Let them come. They are only here to break what can no longer travel with you. These eclipses are not here to punish you. They are here to prepare you. Stand in your heart. Trust the collapse. Anchor the new. Well, that's a perfect follow-up to 3i Atlas, if ever I could imagine one. This is kind of synchronous. Brother Matthias De Stefano, who I deeply respect and admire and follow his adventures. He's traveling the world over, and where is he? He's at Rapa Nui. He's at Easter Island, where the last interstellar object was connected, whatever the name was, it had a direct connection to Rapa Nui, to Easter Island. Is the name here? Well, let's see what he says. Yeah, let me hear from this boy. Rapa Nui, the belly button of the world. A trinity of queens rises up in the Pacific: Hawaii, Tika, Maui, and Rapa Nui, who seek to make up the ocean of time for the broken trinity of the Atlantic. Stillness and emptiness are paramount. Stillness and emptiness are paramount to listen to the vibration of these Manu Mary, queen bees, trying to restore the hive of consciousness. Guardians of the island Moai, look inward. Moai, look inward, guarding the power of the nuclear, while its inhabitants look outward, sailing into the great net. Looking inward is sacred. It's not turning your back on the world, but looking back on what's most important. To be hermetic is not to be closed. It is to be the atom that, in its vulnerability, contains the power of the entire universe. Months ago in Hawaii, I received the call to come to Rapa Nui to connect with the belly button. After going to Aka in Sweden, Grandma, and arriving here, a friend told me, Aka in Polynesian means the umbilical cord. That made a lot of sense, to go back to the portal where the cord connects us to the mother and review our links to that original cell. Return to the origin to transform the future. I think that's why I went from Hawaii to Rapa Nui, and sooner or later, I'll have to walk to the origin behind the world, Maui, New Zealand, Java, and from there to Ethiopia, origin of the first star navigators, southern origin of the system of consciousness. I'll walk back in. I'll walk back and in. Maruru. Thank you. Okay, well, there's a lot to think about there. Let's just take a look at the photos for a moment. It's funny how the culture reflects what's happening in spirit. Jason Moroa is a Hawaiian actor who created a series on Apple TV called War Chief, which I watched a bit of the first episode, and it's in the original Hawaiian language. Doing ceremony. And was seen by a lot of people, of course. And it's another, like the World Peace Gathering with 40 indigenous teachers from across North, South, and Central America showing up in Ireland. It's another infusion of the indigenous wisdom and traditions and the messages and the love and the energies that they carry from Mother Earth. Okay, beautiful. Well, that's another piece of the puzzle. And on a new note, one of my favorite teachers on the planet, Drunvalo Melchizedek, is finishing up his new book with my new friend here, Viola Marie Rose. She says Drunvalo has asked me to help him put together a video recording studio in an extra room at his house so we can start to make videos together, as he really wants to start talking with the world again once his book comes out. Yay! He's gone quiet for about a decade. That's still going through some last-minute editing. He is older now and could use some support in this venture, so I, of course, am honored to be able to help. He has given so much to so many of us. Absolutely true. Love this man. So I did research on what equipment to get, not an area of knowledge for me at all, but I researched what would be best, ordered it, and brought it over to the new studio today. And we had fun getting it all set up. We need some curtains for a backdrop and some other tweaks, but it's coming along. I just grabbed this screenshot from a recording of us testing it all out, so I thought I would share it, as many folks like to know what he is up to and will be heartened by this news. So stay tuned. And she invites you to subscribe to her YouTube channel, Viola Marie Rose and Drunvalo Melchizedek, two bright bunny rabbits doing some great work for the planet. Thank you both. Bless you. Looking forward to that. I watched this last night. Cold Fusion is a great documentary channel on YouTube, really one of the very best, and I tend to eventually listen to most of what they post, but this definitely jumped out at me about young men in crisis and it's worth listening to, and it's giving me a lot to think about here. So keeping all the young men in thoughts and prayers right now. There's a lot that needs healing, and I'm thinking and asking what I can do about that. Here's our sister Angelic Jeanette at Coldplay in the UK, having the time of her life. Here's Evelyn, beautiful picture of Evelyn Callancy, and bless her heart, just a beautiful bright light, who I'm blessed to know through Brother Declan Sinnott, and they're working on their next album. Their concert in Bandon a few months ago was absolutely wonderful, and they joined us at the market about a month ago and gave us some songs that day as well, which was magical. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Want to recommend this to you here. 70 Years in Silence, One Sentence. This is about a half an hour. This is a documentary from a young Indian woman on her spiritual journey in the Himalayas. And the Himalayas has come jumping into my life as well. Between her and Itchy Boots, who I've been watching travel around the world. I happened to watch some of her stuff from a year ago recently, and she was in the Himalayas. But this brother is well worth knowing, and he's a master. And he scaled a lot of the peaks, over 20,000 feet in the Himalayan range as a climber, and also a world-class photographer and painter and artist, along with his spiritual studies. So take a look at this. It's well worth seeing. He's got incredible energy. He passed away in 2020, and it's wonderful to find this. And so I want to say again, the level of power and wisdom that's being transmitted from these masters who are starting to pop up in my collective consciousness here and on my YouTube feed and whatnot is also very, very noticeable. All right. There's more, of course. There was LifeWave last night. Thank you for Tim and Ed's. We had a wonderful catch up, and we're holding that space. Here's one from Lazarus, and we'll see where we're at. Your planet glows in the cosmos, not from the sun, but from your love, from your eagerness to grow. You can love beyond all time and all space. Yours is a beacon of light that draws those from the farthest reaches, not to teach you, but to learn of your love and your forgiveness. Hello, and to attempt to understand your eagerness to know the light, to know love, to know God, Goddess, all that is. That is your gift to the cosmos. Value your gift. Love yourself. And we have Tanya from Heart of Lemuria, Janine Stark, Wendy, Joanna. How nice. So it's always fun to see who's checked in. Okay, well, here's the light water machine that LifeWave is introducing in a few months. That's going to be a revolution. You're going to hear much more about that. And this was my magic moment yesterday, finishing up the Gale Talked group on Wednesday mornings, which I so adore. And keeping with my Duolingo, I'm on day 51. Dennis, who's my librarian who looks after me with the Irish Film Club, he and I hadn't found the answer to our question yet of what was going to be for next month. And so we asked the folks leaving the Gale Talk group if they had seen Belfast, and they had not. And that's what jumped out at us. So Belfast is officially our choice for the 19th of September. And so the Irish Film Club at the library has been going for a year, which is a great joy. And it's really picking up some steam at long last. And this is really the perfect film for the event. It came out in 2021. I've seen it. I really enjoyed it. I liked it so much I printed the poster out and put it on the wall. That's when I know I really love something. I want to keep it with me. And it's Kenneth Branagh, the actor-director, who's been one of my heroes for a long time. He wrote the script himself, I think with the help of another. But during the COVID lockdown, this is what he did. And then they filmed it when things got back to normal. You've got Judi Dench, who I adore, and Ciarán Hinds, who I adore, and Jamie Dornan, and this other wonderful actress, and the young man here. Her name is Katrina Balfe, and they're all just amazing. And you've got so it's in Belfast during Kenneth's childhood and growing up, and it's a coming of age story. It's a romance of a young marriage, and it's the troubles as well. But it's not. It doesn't get overwhelmed by the troubles, thank goodness. And their relationship to all of that is very interesting and very inspiring. So I loved it. And then you've got the music from the Belfast boy himself, Van Morrison. So it is really lovely, and you're all invited because you don't need to be a member of my open library as this falls on Ireland's Culture Night. So it's open to everyone. We're looking forward to a great night. And there is my pitch for today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Shan Brown, No Woman Wants a War. Here is Shan rocking out with the ladies.
I love that because it says we're all one. We're not separate. You know, when we suffer from mental health problems, we get really cut off and we get really, we feel like we're totally alone. And I've been there. I've been at rock bottom. I haven't drank for 20 years for a woman. So when you're at that point, if there's any way that you can just remind yourself that you're not disconnected, you're not isolated, you are part of the cosmos, you're part of the equation. At this point, this time, this magical space in history, on this planet, in this universe, in the cosmos, you are part of the mathematical equation. And maths is just bonkers, and quantum physics, don't even get me started. But nobody is alone. I know you can feel alone and seem alone, but you are part of everything. And that's much better.
All right, beautiful. Great message. All right, my friends, let's come down the home stretch here. Boobity bobbity boop. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm really grateful. The numbers of people watching this are growing quite nicely this week, and I am really excited and grateful about that. I'll give you my pitch, and then I'll do some channeling here to close out. There are several ways you can support Morning Poems and Prayers. Number one, you can subscribe to the Substack, because Substack is great for freedom of speech. And my Substack, which is in the links below, is lightheart2018.substack.com. And I've been posting morning prayers on Substack for the last few months, and I've got 13 subscribers. And so I'd like to get that number up, and at some point connect it all to a podcast on Spotify again. And you can also, of course, please take a look at LifeWave Team Ireland, the Facebook group. I have about 80 people following my adventures with LifeWave and the X39 biophotonic patch, and both the healing journey and the business opportunity that this incredible company has put into the lives of hundreds of thousands of people has been changing. And Uncle Lou had white hair a year ago, and the hair and the skin and whatnot are both signs of my health being restored. I'm in the last year, my stem cells have been reset to where they were when I was about 29 years of age. And that's an amazing thing for a guy who's about to turn 68 in a few weeks, who survived a life and death surgery and bout with cancer 2.5 years ago now. So very, very grateful for all that. Very happy to share that information with you. I have about a dozen people at the moment who are on the journey with me, but it is the chance of a lifetime, and we're going to talk about the light water machine here coming out in the States in October, as well, and Celergize supplements that speed up the use of the patches as well. So all that's very exciting. Where are we? Thursday. I'm not sure what's happening in my schedule over the weekend yet. I keep wanting to get on and do some music, which I've not done for a couple months. So that is on my to-do list. And yeah, maybe you'd put your email for me in the comments so that I can keep track of people that follow me here and communicate what I'm about and what I'm into. I'm going to channel here for a few minutes just to keep that happening. It's an unprecedented time of awakening, healing, and growth. And like being in the Course in Miracles and being on the call this morning, there was, I had some wonderful miracles yesterday. Others are having big miracles. And, the message of the Course is very simple and very important. And I've actually created a new YouTube folder of Reality is an Illusion, The Matrix, Maya, Simulation, etc. And I found, 3 videos yesterday without even trying at all. So that we're living in a self-created illusion, that only love is real, that things are happening in heaven and on earth that are designed to shake us to the core, to demand our attention and our most conscious response, and that all these wonderful spiritual guides are showing up in my life, thank you God, and in the world, and that the teachers that I've been following for a long time keep raising the bar of what is possible for all of us at this time. All of these things are undeniable, that we're being asked to change at the deepest level of our consciousness. And you just heard from Zachary Fisher, the astrology is devastating. There is, Lazarus talks about the narrows, the birth canal, passing through the narrows. And this is one of those times. Was it Rebecca Rose, our Mayan lady, was talking about how, we've just come through 2 very intense weeks in this cycle of things. Lots of retrogrades and all this. And now, many of the planets are at 0 degrees. We just had an alignment of 6 of the planets in a straight line, and I've spoken about how cosmically, at the beginning and the end of 2001, A Space Odyssey, there's the obelisk, the monolith, and all the planets are in alignment over it. And these are subtle messages that we're being asked to pay attention, or we're going to be paying other things. And in my own life, I meditate every morning, and I do the Course most mornings, and I'm doing morning prayers here most mornings, and doing other things throughout the day, thank God, to take care of business and keep being of service and keep sharing messages of hope and inspiration. So all of that is are things I'm hugely grateful for. There's no doubt things are accelerating in unprecedented ways. So where we will be and who we will be 2 weeks from now, a month from now, 2 months from now, it is more in our hands, in our care and keeping, than we've ever been asked to understand that it is. Does that make sense? And so, of course, the word is responsibility. What do I have the ability to respond to? Will I respond consciously, as Lorna was saying, lovingly, with forgiveness, with compassion, with mercy, with taking joyous responsibility for my part in creating or allowing what is happening, or will I stay stuck in my ego and keep playing small and meek and weak and all the rest of that? It's getting clearer. Messages keep getting clearer, as Springsteen sings, yeah? So with that, let me share a few thoughts from my guides with you and leave that in your hands for the week. Here we go. Go ahead and close your eyes. If you can make a donation to the PayPal, that is also a way you can support Morning Poems and Prayers, and I'm especially grateful to you for that. Close your eyes, turn within, take a deep breath. God bless you. Right, dear friends, the waters of life and the Lemurian codes and the visualization there at the beginning of the hour here today, beginning of the program. God bless you indeed. A powerful reminder to go with the flow. Absolutely, dear friends. You don't need to push the big rock up the hill, dear friends. That is the old way and the old world, and that is over. That is coming to a big end, dear ones. These things happening on earth and in heaven are, dear friends, the reflections you either create or allow, as was said a moment ago. These are the reflections of your willingness to take responsibility for your part and your power in consciously and joyously co-creating with the symphony of grace and beauty and abundance and love and freedom and harmony that is the natural mirror of this wondrous world. A beautiful message from our friend here, Lazarus, saying how unique and how sacred and how valuable and honored is human love in the cosmic scheme of things. So, dear friends, we would say this is a time of cleaning out, letting go of the old, of facing the illusions and releasing them and letting them go. Dear friends, we can do it with you. We can't do it for you. So as you take your steps up the mountain, as you put your supplies in your backpack, and you look at your map, you get on your motorcycle of inspiration and joy, dear friends. You hike up your trail, you jump in your river, you bring your surfboard into the ocean, etc., etc. You put the menu out for your dinner party, dear friends. Yeah, your invitations, the shopping and cooking and the setting of the table, whatever it might be, dear ones. It's yours for the asking. It's yours for the taking, dear friends, in the best sense of the word. You want to offer, dear friends, to others what brings your heart joy. Your example, absolutely. Your perspective, absolutely, dear friends. But more than all of that, your growth, dear friends. There is nothing more reassuring, more inspiring, more empowering, more uplifting than to witness the people you know and love bloom and blossom. And that is our message to you today, dear friends. Be very good to yourselves in these powerful times and have the courage and the willingness, the integrity and the humility to face those shadows, those fears, those judgments, those old illusions of doubt, and let them go, dear friends. Offer them up and let them go. Take a deep breath. We put in your hands and from your heart the blessing and the gifts, the love and the light of all that is. The love and light of all that is surrounds and supports you. You are the love intelligence that governs the universe, and every thought, word, action, and feeling that you express in your life is a choice in these wondrous, poignant, and majestic moments. You're learning, remembering, realizing, and understanding. This is your time, dear friends. You are the way showers, the visionaries, the healers, the light workers. Let life love you. Let nature reflect back to you the glory and the power that is yours to bestow upon yourself, your loved ones, and Mother Earth. Come to peace, come to grace, come home. We love you so. Peace and blessings. Namaste. You offer it up, and you say yes. We will meet again. Peace and blessings. Thank you. Have a great day and a great weekend. If I can help you, please let me know. Peace.